Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Starseed Activations. So today, we're going to start off with our affirmation card. And so it says, today I am free of drama. Today I will let go of the people that do not support me and only surround myself with positive people. And so I know it's probably going to be backwards, but this way you can see how pretty the card looks, right? It's gorgeous. And so that is a great affirmation for today because we want to always surround ourselves with those people who want to pull us up, who want to support our dreams, goals, desires. It's okay if we have people in our life who, let's say, they're just not capable of supporting us or our dreams. I had people that I had to say, I love you, but I have to step into my own power now. And that's okay too. And so, especially channeling extraterrestrials, it's not for everybody, right? So that's just one example about how we have to choose our energetic rings, and we have to allow that positive energy to fully fill us up in order to fulfill what we came here to do. Now, this is especially important for star seeds. The star people are stepping forward, and they're saying it's important during this time in your individualized journey that you come in. Many of you are in isolation, but when you come in and you really allow yourself that time to do the deep healing, you cannot deep heal when you have the narcissist still over your shoulder. And so many times when you are healing, you go into that type of isolation. So healing, is funny that they're bringing that up because today is the attachment class. And so I just finished, I saw an orb. Did you guys see it on Facebook? It was like, whoop, little orb right behind me. So yeah, we just did the attachment release class. That was at 3:00 p.m. It ran a little late, so it was about an hour and a half on that class. But we have another class coming up at 6. So there are still a couple spaces left. You guys can go to daniellelipton.com and reserve your seat. So the Zoom link will be sent out right before the class starts. So it's going to be, attachment releases is very important because I want you guys to imagine an alcoholic. And so that alcoholic, he may quit the alcohol, 40 years can go by. And now all of a sudden he has this impulse to drink and he feels like he can't control it. And then all of a sudden he falls off the wagon and now he's drinking again. That's because he never released the attachment. And so that attachment pulses this type of emotion code into us that triggers us. It literally is like that red button that you keep hitting. That's what the attachments are. Now, the attachments, they latch onto your energetic grids and they feed off of the emotion codes. And so if you feel sad or depressed or sorrow or anxiety is another one that many of us feel. The fight or flight systems get turned on, and then we may not understand how to turn them down. We do the meditation, we have the crystals, we do the yoga, and yet we still feel very tense and tight. That's because we have to release the attachments. This is okay. This is a natural part of the evolutionary cycle where we start to become aware. Okay, there's attachments we have to deal with. We're going to kick them off. We're going to unpack the emotions, and we're going to see how we feel. And so anytime it is of high value, anytime that you guys are working with attachments, please be aware you have to shower with salt. And so they told me, the star people told me after a session, they said you have to cleanse the entire face with salt water and wash the hair and use salt products, because those salt products are actually going to, just imagine that the hair is an antenna. And so the star people are stepping forward. They're saying all of your emotions get encoded into the hair and it vibrates out, so it acts like your antenna. So while you're interacting and dealing with any lower frequency emotions like sadness, anxiety, mistrust, it's radiating out your hair as an antenna, and it is shifting your magnetic grid, which changes the timeline that you are vibrationally in alignment with. And so if you leave all that negativity cast into your hair, it's going to cause you to radiate, and then more attachments will latch onto you. And so this is what I learned as the channel, as the person doing the healing. And so many times when I do sessions with people, I feel their density and distortions, which I swear to God is so wild. But like if they have migraines constantly, all of a sudden my head will hurt. And I'm like, oh my God, my head hurts, right? The one time it lasted over 24 hours. I could not believe it. I was like, my head still hurts. I don't take medicine. So I'm all like, I'm just going to breathe through it. Okay. And, but I can feel their distortions. And so this was one that happened too. Someone was running a I feel ugly attachment. And when I woke up the next morning and I looked in the mirror, my face looked different to me. I know it wasn't different, but it looked different. And I was like, oh my God. And the star people were like, oh, that's because you have a mirror dimension attachment. The mirror dimension attachment, it messes with your sight. And so you see things that aren't real in the holographic simulation. They're not aligned to you. So the second that you know it's an attachment and you cast the thing off, your vision goes back to what it was. It's wild how this works, I swear. So yeah, good morning, greetings. It's calling all of you guys Facebook users. Maybe you're in the Star People group. I'm not sure how it works, but hello, love and light all. Very welcome. Yes, excellent. Hey, girl. Okay. Everyone's amazing. Thank you guys for coming. This is going to be a very short channeling because the next class is starting at 6. So, hi, sweet soul. Happy to see your beautiful face this evening. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys so much for showing up for me, too. Like, I really appreciate every single one of you guys. You're amazing. If anyone has any questions, throw them in the chat boxes and we'll answer them real quick. So, we are waiting. We're doing the attachment class. I said that already. What else? We did the affirmation. What else is happening? Today is like a busy day for me. Like, I feel like it's boom, chicka, boom, like nonstop. I ate my salad. It was just wonderful. I've been doing my own energetic clearings with the star people. So I know many people have been going through there's been like a hint of chaos in the air. And so, but it's like the second that you sense that chaos anywhere around you, it's like, whoosh, you're out of here. Right. And then you just allow yourself to come back to peace. And so the more and more that we practice that modality is the more and more that peace we allow it to wash over us. And so it's very important to take a look at your location codes. So this is another thing the star people are stepping forward and saying. They're saying, have a look at your location. What does your location physically look like? Not your interior of your home, not your yard. Drive outside your civilization. What do you see? Now, what I don't know, maybe it's my cell phone light. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Is that better, Instagram? Because I feel like the light was way too dark. You guys can see, too, I have this new painting. That one. My son painted it for me. He's absolutely amazing. So, my kid's not, he's 11. And so when he paints paintings, they always manifest. I swear to God. The one painting, he drew 3 stick figures rolling around in a pile of money, and that even manifested for him. I wasn't there, but it manifested for him. And so I've seen him do this multiple times. So I keep telling him, draw the UFOs, right? So hopefully it'll come true. Yeah, and then my daughter did the little rainbow one. So you can see that's the blue Starman. That's my Starman there. So it's the kids wanted me to tell you guys. This way you can see their work, how they contribute. It's cool. Time is just flying by. Can't believe that we are in the end of January. January flew. I didn't even really feel it. And not only that, but I've been saying, thank you, spring. Thank you, spring. And so we had a tiny, tiny snow. And that's my kids. They were like, when I woke up in the morning, they were like, we manifested snow. And they were out. They wanted to go outside. They made a little snowman. And I was all like, it's spring. And then poof, by the end of the day, the sun was out and half of the snow was melting. Amazing. So we can experience snow, making a snowman, and then sunshine, and it feels like spring. So that's like 2 different seasons in one day that we can experience. Yeah, thank you. I will tell them. They actually start, I don't know how they did it. They did it through YouTube, but they show up in the comments now. So like sneaky Sasquatch, that's them. So I didn't even know it was them. They were like, we hacked YouTube. So yeah. Yes. Oh, okay, a close up. Let me see. This was my son's. So you guys can see. I got to back it up for YouTube. So that's a UFO picking us up and then seeing a shooting star. There's the Earth. See that one? Where did this one come from? Over here. Okay. And then this one was my daughter. My daughter's 11. So that's my Starman. See? It's like totally cute. Yes, I love when they do art. Where's the hook? Okay. Beautiful. So yeah, I put it in the background. This way everyone can see. They love it. I'm sure they're watching right now and they're like, yeah! Right? We play Uno. I have so much fun with my kids. They're so chill and so relaxed. If you've ever seen a human being who's just very like just nothing is going to get to me. Nothing's going to bother me. That's my kids. They're just very, very relaxed people, right? Like, oh, you're having a bad day. Let me give you a hug. Bam. Let's play some Uno, right? That's how my kids are. So, yeah, they're very creative. I mean, they're blessed because they get to stay home too. So, every day that they're home, it's like do some artwork, do something wonderful, right? And like, I even take them out places and like, I tell them, like, if they get uncomfortable in like the supermarket, I'm like, you could do anything you put your mind to. I have one of the supermarket ladies, she almost started crying. She was like, wow, I wish my mom would have told me that, right? And so it made my daughter like stop and think, because I'm always telling them the same things on repeat. And I'm like, if I tell it to them 1,000 times, right, you can do anything you put your mind to. You're wonderful. You're amazing. And just totally positive affirmations all day long. Like every single time I talk to them, it's all positivity, right? And this way it sinks in. So when they were really, really little, I started calling them geniuses. I was like, you're a genius, right? And so now it's like I can see the brains click, and I'm like, wow, they're really smart, right? Because they outsmart me sometimes, but I'll never tell them that. Hopefully they're not watching, but it's fun. You have fun and you get playful with them. And yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. So yes, wonderful. Okay. Thank you guys. What do you guys want to talk about? So we only have like 20 minutes because we're doing the class. So the attachment class, I will. Thank you. So I will tell them that we love their art. Thank you guys. Yeah. They are. I hope they're great human beings. I mean, but they're allowed to make their own mistakes and stuff, but I'll be there to pick them up and hug them. They're like my mini-me's. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions? So I did write down 10 pages of different attachments. I don't think that we're going to go over the 10. Somebody has a throat chakra attachment. I don't think we're going to go over the 10 pages of attachments. If anybody wants a copy of these, their emotion code attachment names and how does it make you feel, it's the emotion code. Just send me a message and I will try and like take the pictures and send them to you. Or I can I'll post them up maybe in the Star People group. This way you guys can see. But even reading them, like when I go over the entire list and I read it, you have to remember the way TV and subliminal messages makes you feel. And so if you are watching something that's negative, you are triggering the brainwave patternings of that frequency of those words, right? So when we're reading over 10 pages of attachments, that's a lot of darkness to be absorbing. Even though we don't feel like it's darkness, it's only an attachment name. It's an emotion code. But you also want to cleanse and purify right as soon as you're done. I've been burning sage all day. I've been outside with sage and whoosh, So, and I don't normally do things like that, but now that I had the experience that I have with the Star People, I take it much more seriously. The spiritual practice of cleansing the energetics. I've always been, we should be in divine alignment with the source frequency, so we are protected. And then I'm like, and that's it. We're protected. And then we can do all this stuff with the negativity and we're protected. That's how I used to see it. But after doing a couple attachment clearings and having the experiences I have, we really have to take the cleansing very, very, you have to do it. You have to. You wash your face, you wash your hair, you sage, right? And so all these things you do when you're engaging in any type of lower emotion code work. And so even Reiki energetic clearing work, the Star People said, a Reiki healer, we're supposed to steam. If you can't hop into a shower, you should have like some type of steam. Like we have the essential oil in a tiny bit of steam. And so even though we don't want it to mess up our hair because we spend an hour with the flat iron, right? But they're saying that you could do the essential oil steam and just like take it and wash it over your entire head. And so, and just thank the water for blessing and purification and releasing any emotions that are attached to the hair. So that can be done as well. If you cannot physically get into a bath with the salt. So yeah, the beach is key because the people, and I find this naturally in my people, and I do healing sessions. Now I'm doing the attachment release, which is slightly different than the healing sessions. So I will eventually be opening up to doing attachment release sessions, but they're very extensive. And so I don't like to stop because you're tuning into people's emotions. And so when I'm getting a person into that chair and they're releasing their emotions and they're getting all emotional and maybe tears come, I'm not going to stop them because there's a clock. That's not how I roll. we're going to get all that stuff up and out. So if it takes 3 hours, we're going to take 3 hours. So those type of sessions I am going to be putting up on the website. However, it's going to have to be on a special day because in between sessions, I have to go and hop into a saltwater bath. My hair is not going to look straight and flat. It's going to look like I just got wet. And so this is part of the process. This way we can get all these emotions out of you guys. And the second that you release the attachments, let me tell you something, your energetic shift automatically. It feels lighter or cleaner. It's a very clean, energetic feeling. And so you do it once, you release the attachments. Now what the star people say, they want you to saltwater bath when you're done. And then they want you to drop right into a meditation because they continue to do energetics on you and cleaning your meridians and your ley lines because now you're aware of how the process works. So while you're in the meditation, after my session with you guys, if you're having any thoughts or emotions coming up to you, you can release them during that meditation. And of course, the second that you have one and you kick an attachment off, you should really saltwater bath again. This is the process. They had me do this for 4 days. Now, I know some people say nobody has time to hop in bath after bath. Yeah, but sometimes you make time because if you don't make yourself healthy, the universe shifts you and then it's like a disease will manifest or something will come up and then you'll be forced to take care of it. So if we have a little bit of time today, we do a little today. We do a little in the next 3 days. We do a little bit again. We make a list. And so it's very important to make a list because your behavior patterns are directly influenced by what attachments that you have running. So some attachments, Celtic salt is perfect, hon. Some attachments, they pull, well, we have the mirror dimension. So they change the way that you see into the physical reality. So like, let's say you have beer goggles. We all know what that is. When you make silly mistakes while you're drinking alcohol, it's because you didn't see correctly into the world that you were in and you saw what you wanted to see or you saw what the attachment wanted you to see, right? And so we have those are mirror dimension attachments. So they mess with your eyes, they mess with the pineal gland. Now, there's different ones that do different things. Some of them will manifest in experiential. And experiential is an experience. So for example, let's say you spilled your coffee, okay? You got super angry. Now all of a sudden you have this attachment on you. So this attachment is going to try and make it so you spill your coffee again because it wants to feed off the emotions of you getting all upset spilling this coffee. And so that's the attachment doing that to you. So you have to get rid of the attachment. But then after you cleanse and purify, you have to unpack the emotion. So why did you allow the spilling of the coffee to make you angry? Right? And that whole process of unpacking, it's not simple. It's not easy. Sometimes it takes weeks, right? And so these thoughts and emotions, all these things, they start coming back to you little by little by little. So you have to think about it from an energetic perspective. So your emotions, the second that we do any type of energetic clearing, it starts the cycle repeat. And so the cycle repeat is basically like this. You have an emotion, you fire off an emotion, it makes an imprint in the back of the chakra system. That imprint tells the universe, I need to experience this over and over and over until I handle it with love and light or more love in our heart where it stops the cycle repeat. And so when we do energetic clearings, it's like, wha-bam, the cycle repeats start. And sometimes for some people, they're very rapid. So they wake up the next day and they're like, all this crap landed on my plate. And I'm like, that's normal. Because the universe is trying to give you a second go at it so that you can handle all that crap with love and light. Because when you handle it, you walk through it and you're like, it's okay. I'm not going to allow you to bother me. It doesn't matter if I get cut. I'm going to slap a Band-Aid. I'm going to sing, I love you, the 3 tones. When you sing those 3 tones, it opens the pineal, opens the heart, opens the solar plexus. And now all of a sudden the cut heals 10 times faster. So when we start to, I love you, I love you to every single negative experience that we have. You can even do it mentally. So I'm a big fan of there's people around. I'm not going to do it because I don't want them to see me do it. That's a stage we all go through, by the way. And so, but think about how crazy it would be if you just started singing in the middle of Target, right? After you stubbed your toe, people are going to look at you crazy. So what I like to do is I do it in my head. And no one's the wiser. So thank you, universe, for the experience. I love and bless you experience. Thank you for teaching me whatever it is that I needed to learn. Thank you. And I'm grateful. I'm absolutely grateful. Now, what did you just do by doing those 3 things? You just changed your frequency which changes that cycle repeat, which in turn, it shifts you and it raises your frequency. So just pay attention to something is on me. Like, I think the government guy is here or something. It's crazy. Let me wave to Crystal. Okay. Many love and blessings. Yeah. Excellent. I clean by sauna or shower with water bucket, Himalayan salt. Yes. Pouring salt from the head down. That's absolutely how you do it. What if we only have access to a shower? Can we modify the bath spray? Yeah, you don't even have to. You could take your bath soap and just put a tiny, tiny amount of salt in it and just wash yourself. That's fine. It only has to be the teeny tiniest amount of salt. Or you can even do salt water. And so if you do salt water, you put it in your hands, you just wash your face, put some on your hair, you're good. Right? You have to remember, though, your tears are salt. And so that salt water cleanses and purifies your emotion grid. Yes, I put some salt in a plastic cup with me, put a little in my hand with the shampoo or the body wash. That's exactly what I do. And then the Star people actually, they have me doing baths full time. I've never been a bath person, but there's something about the salt getting into the skin and the water. And I guess I must have been really dehydrated from the 20-something years of drinking Diet Pepsi. And so now it's like if you have to bathe. So, yeah. Yeah. Good. Oh, I explained it in a way it's very easy to integrate and understand. Yes. And so I see the whole puzzle picture. I see the way the entire physical reality works. And I mean, I'm blessed. I truly am blessed because I see the steps that we can all take to like improve our life. And so now one such step, changing the diet. So changing the diet is easy. We have to take the willpower, say we're going to do it, and we make it happen. However, there's a certain time and place in our lives to make these changes. And so you may feel drawn to start a diet. So you start the diet. It's not even a diet. It's a live it because we eat to live. Okay. Die. We don't want to die. We're not going to eat to die. So we change our words. It changes the frequency of interacting with the food. But it's okay. So let's say you did 2 weeks of eating salads and then all of a sudden you switched and you had a burger. It's okay. It's absolutely okay because everything goes in fluctuation. Now, the second any item in the physical world becomes an attachment. So let's say you're waking up in the morning and you're like, I have to get up. I have to get off my butt. I have to get the burger. That's an attachment. It doesn't matter what the item is. It doesn't matter what the plan is. If you have to engage in something every single day, it's an attachment because it's a need. It's like, I have to have it. So it causes a vibrational resonance that like it causes disharmony, the Star people are saying. So can I use Himalayan pink salt in my bath? Yes. And mix it with my hair and body wash. If you're doing it in a bath, just put a tiny bit of salt in the bath. You're set. That's good. Just mix it up in the water and throw it on yourself. You don't even have to worry about it. You can actually take your body shower gel and just unscrew the cap and put a teeny tiny bit of salt in it and mix it up and you're good. Like that's it. As long as it has the tiniest bit. So there's actually a lot of products that have like salt in it. And the minerals are very, very healthy. So you just use a tiny bit and it cleanses all the emotions. And the hair, very important because everybody who has Ronald McDonald hair, like mine, you can't tell because it's flat iron. Just wait until you guys see me in the summer. It's not going to be like this. We'll see. And but us, we do not want to get our hair wet. I don't want to get my hair wet. I love flat ironing. I love day 2 flat ironing it because I think it looks better than day 1. And what are you going to do, though? When you're working with this type of emotion coding, you have no choice. So now you have to get it wet. You have to wash. You have to use the salt. So it is what it is, right? We try the best that we can do. And so I'm telling you from 1,000% certainty, if you do not wash and cleanse, those attachments are serious. The anxiety ones, they had me kicking and screaming for a half hour before the Arcturian medical team had to come and take them all off of me. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I'm like, I don't know why I can't sleep, right? After a half hour of that, it was like, okay, we're calling in the medical team. It was wild. I'm taking a shower. Do I mix it in my shampoo and conditioner and body wash? I can only take showers at my house and baths at my mom's. Yeah, just put a tiny bit in the body wash. They're saying put some in the shampoo because the shampoo will get on the head. That's more important. So yeah, Epsom salt works. Any types of salt works as long as it's salt. And so if you could do the salt with the minerals in it, that's real. It's more beneficial for your body, but it's not required. Any type of salt will cleanse and purify. Actually, you really want to watch what salt like that. Morton's salt. If you take a look at the factory where that salt comes from, they have it sitting outside. It's like got all this dirt and debris and all that stuff, and then people are eating it, and it's like, ugh, wait a second. We want like not holy salt, but we want our salt to be natural, organic. We want it to be handled where it's very clean. I don't want to eat salt off the floor. Even I know it comes from the earth and stuff, but if it's on some dirty factory floor, like I'm not trying to eat that stuff. I don't even want that stuff in my body. I want things, and actually, the Star people say that they take this very, very, very seriously as well. And so we go over food sciences, they call it. And for me, I just call it I'm making a salad. And so what they say is you have to look at each salad leaf. And like sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the leaf. Does it look broken? And it's each individual leaf because I have the romaine lettuce. And does it have any black spots on it? Does it look damaged? Does it have any density or distortions on the leaf? Because if there's a tiny bit of black, I'm like, I throw that piece out, I eat the rest. And they're like, you can't do that. Because it's not that you want to be picky or finicky. It's that if that leaf, if you imagine that to be a cow, for an example, and so you're going to eat a hamburger from a cow, if that cow has an infection in his ear, are you going to eat that cow? Because that infection, that distortion, that frequency is in his ear, and it's actually changing the frequency of the entire meat. And so it's such a pain because, like, I'm like, it's only a leaf, just eat it. And they're like, well, this is what they do. They only eat high frequency foods. And so I've had cucumbers before, and the cucumbers had a tiny little rot spot at one end, and I'm all like, whack, and I get rid of that, and they're like, get rid of the whole cucumber. Right? You should only be eating the freshest of freshest. If it feels vibrationally in alignment with you, that's how you know you're meant to eat it. Don't eat it off the counter. They make me throw it out. Like it's a whole process. Yeah. But let me tell you something. When you love your food and when you have a certain, like, imagine only eating the food that you absolutely love eating. And so what are the emotions that you fire off? When you look at that salad, if your subconscious mind sees the entire picture, if your subconscious mind sees a piece of lettuce with a black mark on it and it knows it's rotten, how is your subconscious mind responding to the entire bowl of salad? It sees density in the entire bowl. And so to me, I'm like, a part of me was like, that's a little extreme. They're like, well, it is extreme, but when you start tuning into the higher frequencies, it actually makes a difference. So I'm like, okay, I understand it. It makes sense. Yeah, it is a pain and expensive, but also it doesn't have to be expensive because now I've changed my patterns of shopping. And so what I do now is I go to the supermarket, but I also have time on my hand. So I go to the supermarket and I get the fresh produce and then chop, 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 I eat all that stuff. And then as the second it's like a day or two, I'm going back. And so the supermarket's only like 10 minutes from my house, 15 minutes. And it's a nice drive. And so I just keep going and getting the freshest of the freshest. And it looks visually appealing. I feel the peppers. Are they nice or are they soft? Like I used to eat them when they were soft and like it was like the last day on the pepper. But I'm like, I spent my money on this. I'm eating it. And they're like, you can't do that. Just get rid of it. Right. And then we started with those peppers. We would cut them open to like, recompost it and like throw it around. Because like we don't have a real backyard here, so we throw where we find. But a lot of times there's a pepper inside of a pepper because we buy the organic ones, and so we take that and then we put that. We try and grow it. So yeah, I Reiki the food too, except I don't do Reiki. The way that we've always been shown to pray and bless the food was always like, even if you're doing Reiki, you hold your hands up. Thank you, Lord, for this food we're about to eat. Amen. And so the Star people said, that's wonderful, but that's not how we do it. So they always try and just tell me how they do it. This way, they're not, because I don't listen to people when they tell me to do things. I'm very hard-headed sometimes, but they tell me this is how we do it. And if you would like to do it, we would like for you to try how we do it. And so then they had me take my bowl of salad. And before even interacting with the salad, they would have me drop into a form of meditation. So I take a deep breath in and release. I imagine the earth. I imagine what the earth feels like when I put my bare feet into her warm soil. Maybe I'm standing on moss. I feel the wind gushing on my face. I feel the warmth. I hear the fairies, and they're next to the trees, and they're all around me. I feel so grounded and connected. I see the mushrooms. I hear the little water droplets as from there's a waterfall right over there. I just feel so super connected to Mother Earth, all the wonderful flowers that are around me. And I just feel like Mother Earth loves me and she's welcoming me into her collective consciousness grid. I feel connected. I feel warm. I feel loved and I feel home. And then I open my eyes and I look at that salad, which is connected to Mother Earth. And I put my hands up and I say, thank you, Mother Earth, for blessing me with this beautiful salad. Thank you for allowing this salad to fully embody 5D frequencies. Thank you for allowing it to heal my body, mind, spirit complex. And thank you for allowing it to trigger love, joy, and bliss emotions in me as I eat it. And then I say, Amen. Usa, usa, usa. So that's what I do. Now, how do you guys feel inside after just doing that? And so it's that emotion code that we want to trigger inside of us because it's not about the salad. The salad's on the outside. When we shift the emotion on the inside of us, it shifts what we see on the outside of us. And so when we shift our emotion and then we give blessings and thanks, that's how it's done. Someone should have told me that when I was a child. I would have been doing this for so many years. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, so I do have to end the live because I'm doing the attachment classes in a half hour or 28 minutes. So the attachment class, there's still a couple seats left. It starts at 6 p.m. You guys can reserve your seat at daniellipton.com. I will be checking up until 5 minutes before. I'm going to check right up until the minute though, but try and get it before. And so everybody who gets a seat, I will send you a Zoom link. This way you can come into the class. It's a full release. It's all these emotions, all these attachments. We're going to kick them all off. We're going to rebalance you guys. We're going to call in the angels, the guides, and the star people and really just help us. Right? Yes, it's my pleasure for sharing and caring. And just you guys are part of my family at this point. Like you guys bless me as much as I bless you. And it feels so good to be here for you. So Victoria Caddy, send me a message on Facebook, honey. Yeah. Thank you for your time. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. You guys welcome. What else do we have going on? I do offer private sessions. If anybody wants to know who their star family is or whatever information that you guys need to really level up to the next level of your evolutionary process. And so I do offer healing sessions. We are going to be doing more classes. I actually got, what is it? There's like a conscious life something. It's like a TV program show. And so I think I'm going to be making videos with those guys very soon. So we'll just hang tight and see. I will be putting out information if I do go that route. So anybody who has any ascension questions or knowledge, I have a direct line of communication with the Arcturians and the star people they're saying. So just send me your questions. Send me your questions. Send them to daniellipton.com. There's a little message icon. If you guys want to put your email in, join the subscription list. Annika, we're going to start sending out, samples, coupon codes, all sorts of fun stuff through the email. So, you guys want to sign up, put your email in. Yeah. Anybody who wants to send donations in, you can also send them to daniellipton.com. Scroll all the way down. There's a donation bar. And so the donations allow us to do, more classes and really focus. Plus, I'm trying to write the book this year. And so all of the information I've been putting out online, and right as I said that, it was 3333 on my screen. So this is the year for the book. So I'm going to be sitting down writing the book. And so the donations help me with all the processing fees and all that stuff. So thank you guys very, very much. And it is truly with many, many love and blessings. Thank you.